Broadcasting live from the Meridics v. OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we move on now to the second game in our doubleheader this evening. Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill taking on Franklin. I know we're starting pregame 15 minutes later than scheduled. That is because, the Ravenwood NBA game didn't get started until about 5:30. Both of them did their senior nights, but there were only a total of 7 kids to honor, 4 for Ravenwood and 3 for NBA. But they didn't start the ceremony until like 5:25 or close to it, and they still had to do the 3-minute warm-up after that. So that game took a long time, and now we're close to 7 o'clock, and the Zamboni is just now finishing up. Franklin still are doing their senior night, and it looks like they've got 12 kids to honor, I guess, across not just the varsity team, but from the JV team as well. But, yeah, that is why we are getting started so late. So, Franklin on a 3-game losing streak coming into tonight, a 4-game winless streak. And since NBA just beat Ravenwood, they now have to win this game to stay alive in the GNASH Cup race, or else it goes to Montgomery Bell. But here's the real bad thing for Franklin. If they lose this game, they're going to end up being the 7th seed in the Predators Cup. So it is imperative that they win this game, not just to try and keep their GNASH Cup hopes alive, but to try from avoid being the 7th seed in the Predators Cup and possibly facing Ensworth in the first round when that tournament starts in the near future. Playoffs start a week from Wednesday. I'm not sure if they're going to go with Hein Cup first or what. Well, I haven't seen the schedule. But anyway, both teams out on the ice, but we've got to do the senior night ceremony. And I'm sure that they will want to get to that as quickly as possible. As here come Franklin out onto the ice. So let's talk about the two teams playing this game. First up, Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill, coached by Alex Walker. We have not seen them since the 4-3 loss to Ravenwood on November 8th, where they had to finish within a certain margin in order to stay up on the on goal differential, have a better goal differential than Brentwood, overall goal differential. They lost by 1. They lost that game 4-3. So they stayed up, I think, by 2 points, 2 goal differential points. It was close. So we haven't seen them since, as the senior night ceremony for Franklin is about to begin. So Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill so far in this second half, 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie, as we go over their schedule so far. November 13th, they kicked off the second half with an 11-7 loss to Summit Page. Then 2 nights later, they got a 3-3 tie against NBA. November 27th, they beat Ensworth 6-2. They beat Father Ryan 3-2 on December the 4th, and then last Wednesday lost 7-5 to Ravenwood. As the senior night ceremony is underway for the Admirals. And, yeah, they are honoring the JV kids first. There are 9 players, 9 seniors on this Franklin varsity team. Let's go over the stats for Mount Juliet. Jordan Antar is the leading scorer. He has 19 points from 12 goals and 7 assists. In this second half alone, he has 10 goals and 5 assists. So Jordan Antar is having a lot of fun scoring in this second half of the regular season. Carson Slugum has 10 points from 7 goals and 3 assists. Trenton Gorell, 7 points from 2 goals and 5 assists. Ryan Woods and Parker Triplett each with 6 points from 4 goals and 2 assists. Rylan Kripe, 6 points from 3 goals and 3 assists. Bobby Campbell, 6 points from a goal and 5 assists. Tyler Dubois, 5 points from assist. Anthony Giampaolo, 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Jacob Thomas, 2 points from goals. Carter Spencer, Colton Vivrette, and Jacob Turner each have a point from an assist. And Owen McGroarty, the first varsity senior to be honored. Varsity Franklin senior. Noah Smartin's played in 5 games. His record 2-3. He's played just over 161.25 minutes. Goals against average of 3.91. No shutouts. He's allowed 15 goals on 115 shots. Turned away the other 100. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 87. Brant Balls has played in 5 games. His record 0-2. He's played just shy of 173 minutes. Goals against average of 4.86. Grant Hayes, the next Franklin senior being honored. No shutouts for Balls. He's allowed 20 goals on 108 shots. Turned away the other 88. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 81. And Corbin Vickery has played in 2 games. His record 3-1. He's played the full 126 minutes. Goals against average of 2 even. 1 shutout. That was the game against Rutherford on October 11th that Mount Juliet won 4-0. He's allowed 6 goals and 78 shots. Turned away the other 72. His save percentage in the regular season so far is 92. As Hudson Richards is the next Franklin senior being honored. Cale Lewis being honored. I think it's Todd Gross working the mic. I'll go over Franklin stats during the warm-up. Cole Pointer being honored now. Quinn Loesch will be next up. And Gavin Akers will be the next one. They got 3 left. They've got Gavin Akers, McLean Butters, and Brandon Mills. And Akers will now go take his picture with the parents. Of course, his brother Dylan, former goaltender for Franklin. So runs in the family. Now McLean Butters being honored. And the last one to honor will be Brandon Mills. And Grayson, his younger brother, going to join in the picture. Grayson, who's been out injured the last couple of games, back in his goalie gear tonight. So we'll see if he gets the start or if it'll be Chad Jansen, because they're both dressed out. And now Brandon Mills, the last one to be honored. Senior night ceremony done, and they'll roll up the carpet and start the warm-up. Carson Slocum's got to come over and close the door that leads from the locker room to the rink. All right, let's talk about Franklin, of course, coached by Todd Gross. On a 3-game losing streak and a 4-game winless streak coming into tonight's game. As we look at the results of their last 5 games dating back to November 27th when they beat Ravenwood 7-2, and it looked like they were going to coast to the GNASH Cup from there. 2 nights later, 2-2 tie with MBA. Then December 6th, the 3-2 loss to Owensworth Lipscomb. And, you know, it didn't look too bad. I mean, you felt like they had to have some adversity. But then last Monday, a brutal 5-0 beatdown from Pope. And then last Wednesday, the heartbreaking loss to Summit Page where Cam White scored the winner with 29 seconds to go. And then Zach Ellis added an empty netter. So Franklin tonight, they've got to win this game or else MBA win the GNASH Cup. But Franklin also cannot lose, otherwise they will be the 7th seed for the Predators Cup. And that would be a shocking turn of events considering how great they looked at the start of the season. One minute left in the pregame warm-up. So this game getting started almost half an hour later than it was supposed to. Again, the senior night ceremonies for the Ravenwood NBA game, they were both doing their senior nights. Those did not get started until like just past 5:20, and the game didn't get started until like 5:30. NBA won that game 6-1. So the Big Red in the second half of the regular season now 2-1-3, 8-1-4 in the GNASH Cup race. Ravenwood finished the second half of the regular season 1-6 and 4-10 in the GNASH Cup standings. As the warm-up clock runs down to 0. And this game will hopefully be getting underway soon. These two teams met way back on September 27th. Franklin won 6-0. There was actually no goals in the first period. But then Franklin took the game over in the second. They'll be hoping for more of the same tonight. They need to tap into that Franklin that we were seeing in the early stages of the season. Ready to go with the start of the first period. Grayson Butters going to start in goal for Franklin. Noah Smart going to start in goal for Mount Juliet. For this first period, Franklin will carry the puck from my left to right, Mount Juliet from my right to left. Last game of the regular season for Franklin. Mount Juliet play their finale next Monday against Pope. And they win the draw to start this one, but almost turn it over inside their own zone. Puck over on the far wall. Down low in the left wing corner, Owen McGroarty pushed away from it by Tyler Dubois. Here's Grant Hayes passing out high to Cale Lewis. Lewis shooting it towards the front of the net, sticked away by Noah Smart. Here's Quinn Loesch out on the left wing side. Has to go below the goal line down to the inboards. Tyler Dubois takes the puck away and clears it down ice. This could be an icing against Mount Juliet. No, it's not. It's going to slow way down right before the goal line. Gavin Akers caught up to it, tapped it in. Puck in front of the backhander for Jordan Antar. Stopped and covered up by Grayson Butters. So that waved off icing, gave Mount Juliet a scoring chance. And takes the first 44 seconds off the clock. Draws to the left of Butters. Won by Mount Juliet. Out at center with it is McLean Butters. Now here's a shot from in tight on the right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone by Hudson Richards. It's turned away by Noah Smart. Puck out at center. Here's Quinn Spencer. Dropping back into his own zone. Stretch passing it up the far side. Now it's back inside the Mount Juliet zone, and a shot from Hudson Richards was blocked. Richards flicks it into the left wing corner. Here's Ryan Woods sending it around the wall to the near side. Held into the right point by Quinn Spencer, but then given away. And Carter Spencer looked like it was going to carry it out, but he got knocked down. Ryan Woods with it still inside his own zone. And then it comes to the front of the net, and Noah Smart had to tap it back over to Woods because Casper Thurston tried to take the puck away. Puck cleared out. Here's Josh Yurievich passing it over to his right, and Quinn Spencer. Spencer through center. Into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Try to put it in front. That was broken up. Brought out by the Bears. Reed Spencer sending it into the Franklin zone. Now Aiden Murphy sending it around the wall to the far side. Held in Ryland Cribe at the right point. Chips it down, but right to Quinn Spencer. Spencer banks it off the far glass. Kept alive in the zone by Colton Vivret, but the Admirals finally clear. Puck out at center. David Unger backhands it into the Mount Juliet zone. Grant Hayes backhands it down deep from the right point. Vivret. Oh, Ryland Craig comes out from behind his own net and runs into one of his own teammates. He runs into Jacob Thomas, and that allows an odd angle shot from Brandon Mills to be turned away, and Mount Juliet iced the puck. 11:21 to go in the first. No goals on the board. But a little bit of bad coordination there by Mount Juliet, giving Franklin a shot. Draw is going to be to the right of Noah Smart. Won by Mount Juliet. Jordan Antar trying to push the puck out. Kept alive for a moment by Franklin. Now brought out to center by Ryan Woods. Now Antar into the Franklin zone. High slotted shot blocked. He gets it back. Tries to go to the front of the net. And it'll be knocked away from the front of the net by Gavin Akers to keep Bobby Camos from getting off a shot maybe. Now here's Antar. Right wing corner gets knocked down from behind by Akers. And Brandon Mills will bring the puck out. Mills at center. Backhands it into the Mount Juliet zone. Picked up by Tyler Dubois. Dubois out to center. Dubois falls over. Jordan Antar sends the puck back into the Franklin zone, but Dubois was over the line, so offside warning. And now the puck sent the other way off the stick of Brandon Mills comes on goal. And stopping and covering is Noah Smart. 10:28 to go. In the first, still zip. And after the whistle, a little bit of pushing and shoving, and Mills is sent to the box. Not sure what the call was, but Mount Juliet get the first power play of the game. No goals on the board yet. 10:28 left in the first. Draw is going to be to the right of Grayson Butters. Draw one by Mount Juliet. Anthony Giampaolo sending it to the front of the net. Off a stick and wide. Puck out on the far side. Gavin Akers going to carry it to center. Akers. Puck got away from him on the back check from Rylan Kripe. It is in the Mount Juliet zone, but the Bears immediately clear it out. Cale Lewis. Now Gavin Akers flipping it towards the Mount Juliet blue line. Caught, dropped, and then dumped into the Franklin zone by Giampaolo. Akers standing behind his own net. And he'll emerge. And he'll fire it into the Mount. Quinn Loesch catches up to it. It's knocked into the boards. Now Jordan Antar out at center. Antar, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Puck got knocked off his stick as he tried to maneuver around a defender. Shot from Parker Triplett had to be turned away by Butters. Under a minute left in the power play for the Bears as Franklin clear the puck down ice. Ryan Woods will pick it up. Woods passing ahead to Bobby Camos off his stick and back into the Franklin zone, so icing waved off against Mount Juliet as Cale Lewis goes in for the hit on Camos, and then Parker Triplett runs into the Franklin net and dislodges it. 40 seconds left of the power play, 9:07 to go in the first, still no goals on the board. And they're going to say, since Triplett knocked it out of position, so they're going to drop the puck out at center on the dot across from the Franklin bench. It is won by Mount Juliet. Tyler Dubois passing over to Ryan Woods. Now Dubois ahead to Trenton Gurrell. Now the puck sent into the Franklin zone for Antar, who couldn't get to it. The Admirals clear. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Mount Juliet. Tyler Dubois brings the puck out of his zone, tries to pass ahead. It hit Owen McGroarty, comes to the far side, and Ryan Woods, who backhands it ahead, but it's intercepted by McGroarty, but he left it behind him, and now Parker Triplett shoots it on goal. Well, it went off a Franklin stick, but it still comes on goal, and Butters had to blocker it away. Penalty time against Franklin is up, and they're back at even strength. Antar backhanding it over to the far side. Jumping right in to break that up was Casper Thureson. Shot from Ryan Woods was blocked. Puck in the right wing corner. Here's McLean Butters. Passing across off the stick of Tyler Dubois. McGroarty sends it into the Mount Juliet zone. Ryan Woods trying to clear. Held in by Quinn Spencer. Got some space. Taking a shot. It's blocked. Puck comes out in front. And McLean Butters scores. Noah Smart trying to dive out to cover. McLean Butters knocks it into the back of the net. And for the first time since the NBA game on November 29th, Franklin have the lead. They have a 1-0 lead with 8:04 to go in the first. Puck in the Mount Juliet zone again. David Unger's shot stopped and held on to by Noah Smart. I really wish the scorekeeper were keeping track of the shots. I'm going to have to go back to the I'm going to have to go look at the video broadcast that the NBA students were doing to count the shots Ravenwood had in that game, so I can tally up how many saves Hunter Wick made. He only let in one goal. Draw was to the left of Smart. Franklin win it. And Carson Slocum takes it away. Now Rylan Kripe brings it to center. Kripe caught up to from behind, and the puck knocked away by Hudson Richards. Now Casper Thureson brings the puck back into the Mount Juliet zone. Gets knocked into the right wing boards. Rylan Kripe Colton Vivrette trying to pass it up the wall. We got a penalty coming up. That's against Mount Juliet. Looks like a tripping call against Kripe. So Franklin getting their first power play of the game, up 1-0 with 7:07 to go in the first. Draw's going to be to the right of Noah Smart. Franklin win it. Casper Thurston pass across to the right circle. McLean Butters passing across to Cale Lewis, who couldn't keep it in his stick. Now Butters passing up the right wing side. Gavin Akers across to the left point. And Thurston tried to go back across to Butters. Comes off the boards. Actually went off the stick of Antar in its way. And then it went off the boards to Butters. Now here's Thurston, left wing side. A shot stopped by Smart, and the rebound pushed past the net by Richards from right in front. Mount Juliet try and clear. Held into the blue line by Casper Thurston, and then he gives it away to Jordan Antar, who exits his zone, chips it up the wall. And then taken back at center by Butters. McLean Butters into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Trying to put it in front for Richards, and it went off Richards' stick and then hit the skate of Tyler Dubois and stopped, allowing Smart to cover. 71 seconds left at the power play, 6:18 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Franklin. Draw be to the left of Smart. One by Franklin. Gavin Akers, a shot knocked down with a glove of Smart. Puck comes across the backhand. Oh! The net was wide open. And Cole Pointer missed. No, it was Quinn Loesch, excuse me. There's a minute left of the power play for Franklin. Puck out on the near side at center, sent back into the Mount Juliet zone by McGroarty. Ryan Wood's going to get to it. Puck back in the Mount Juliet zone, cleared out again by the Bears. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Franklin. Gavin Akers brings it back into the Mount Juliet zone, only to have it poked off his stick and out. Brandon Mills got Trenton Gorell on top of him. Cale Lewis backhands the puck back into the Mount Juliet zone, but Quinn Loesch, who touches it up, had gone over the blue line before the puck came in. 10 seconds left of the power play, 5:17 to go in the first, still 1-0 Franklin. Draw on the dot in front of the Mount Juliet bench. Won by the Admirals. Here's Aiden Murphy carrying it into the Mount Juliet zone. Goes below the goal line, behind the net. Anthony Giampaolo tries to take the puck away. It's out on the far side. Penalty time gets Mount Juliet is up. They're back at even strength. Shot from the left half wall. And Brandon Mills stopped and held on to by Smart. So Franklin peppering the Mount Juliet net with a lot of shots. Draw to the right of Smart. Won by Mount Juliet, but turned right over to the Admirals, and then the Bears get it back. Here's Aiden Murphy trying to keep the puck alive. Brandon Mills backhanding it over to Murphy. Murphy's shot missed the net from the left circle. Puck out on the far side. Tyler Dubois trying to pass ahead to Bobby Camos. Puck drifts into the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer grabs it. Fires it up the far side for an icing. He was trying to connect with Brandon Mills standing right on top of the red line in the referee's crease, but that missed him. 4:24 to go in the first, 0-0 Franklin. Draw going to be to the left of Grayson Butters. Won by Franklin. Puck is behind the net. The Admirals with it. Gavin Akers starts skating on the far side. Backhands it out to center. That's back in the Mount Juliet zone. Cleared out by the Bears, but right to Akers at center. Now Houston Vale Brings it into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. Trying to put it in front for Cale Lewis, who is tied up with Giampaolo. Hank Hayes, left wing corner. Passing it up top to the left point, and Akers. Akers spins away from Reed Spencer, but he still fell over, and then he pushes Spencer down. Hayes with a shot that deflects, and then they score! Hank Hayes took a shot that took a deflection and went past the net. And then it came back out in front, and Houston Vale is there to punch it in and give Franklin a 2-0 lead with 3:44 to go in the first. Vale was hanging out at the right-hand side of the net. The puck came off the glass right to him, and he's able to put it in and extend the Admiral lead. Now Juliet with a puck off the draw inside their own zone. It's immediately cleared. Jordan Antar will sweep it into the Franklin end near the right wing corner. But the Admirals try and clear. It's held in. Ryan Wood's shot hit a body and went over into the left wing corner. Hudson Richards trying to pass it up in the near boards. Held in Antar. Now it's out at center. It's actually back in the Mount Juliet zone. Woods with it. Tried to pass ahead, hit the shins of Casper Thurston, who didn't know where it was. It popped up into the air, came right back to Woods. He brings it back into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Puck behind the net. Parker Triplett tried to put it in front. Sent around the wall by the Admirals. Kept alive at the blue line by Colton Vivret. Puck comes to Tyler Dubois, Carson Slocum, and his backhander, I think, was blocked. I don't think it ever got to Grayson Butters. And now finally the Admirals get the puck out of their zone. Brought back in, though, by Thurston. And now a stretch pass up the far side to McLean Butters from Gavin Akers. Now Cale Lewis inside his own zone. Hudson Richards will smack it out. Sent back in by the Bears. Akers will catch up to it. Passes up the near side. Richards will deflect it into the Mount Juliet zone. Tyler Dubois with it for the Bears. And he'll exit. But he stripped at the puck at center by Cale Lewis. Here's Butters passing over to Casper Thurston. Thurston, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Holding and shooting off the shin of Giampaolo. And well past the net. Puck out on the left wing side. Owen McGroarty taking some bumps. And we're going to get a penalty against Mount Juliet because Trenton Gorell was right on top of McGroarty. So Gorell to the box for hooking. 1:48 left in the first. Franklin back in the power play, up 2-0. Draw to the right of Noah Smart. And Franklin having a bit of trouble trying to set up who they want out there for the draw. They were about to drop the puck with Quinn Spencer leaving the bench and Cale Lewis going to the bench, but they're going to make Lewis stay out there. Draw one by Franklin, but turned right over to Mount Juliet. Bobby Camos gets knocked down by Cale Lewis, crossing the Franklin blue line. Here's Gavin Akers passing it up the near side. Quinn Loesch in the Mount Juliet zone takes a hit. Now there's going to be another penalty against Mount Juliet, I think. I think Loesch took an extra shot. It's going to be Loesch going to the box. I guess I didn't see what I guess interference. It was one of those signals where the ref puts their hands in front of the body. It wasn't boarding because that would have been a 2-10. So it's 4-on-4 now for 99 seconds, 86 seconds left in the first. 2-0 Franklin. Draw to the right of Grayson Butters. Draw one by Franklin, Owen McGroarty. Going to carry the puck to center. Yeah, offside against Franklin. Grant Hayes just went over the Mount Juliet blue line before McGroarty brought the puck in. And I heard whistles. I guess Slocum and McGroarty were jawing after the whistle or something. Draw on the dot across from the Mount Juliet bench. Draw one by Franklin. They bring it into the Mount Juliet zone, and a shot from Grant Hayes in the left wing side, gloved and held on to by Noah Smart, with 63 seconds remaining in the period. Franklin up 2-0. Drawby to Smart's right. One by Mount Juliet. Ryan Woods with it. We've entered the final minute of the first, and Woods taking off the puck. Brandon Mills behind the net. Woods takes it away and clears it into the Franklin zone. Minute left in the 4-on-4. Gavin Akers behind his own net. Steps out to his right. Oh, and he lost the puck. Carson Sluggan with it now. Backhands it out in front, but knocked away from the front of the net by Quinn Spencer. Under 30 seconds left of the period. Minute left in the penalty against Franklin now. Quinn Spencer brings it into the Mount Juliet zone. Backhands it out in front, but nobody in a black sweater can get to it. And then Aiden Murphy backhands it across the front of the net from the right circle. Under 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4 now. The Mount Juliet penalty will expire first. Now at center, here's Brandon Mills whiffing on a shot attempt for the left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Puck cleared out, and that is it for the first. Will be 11 seconds left on the 4-on-4. McLean Butters and Houston Vale with the goals for Franklin as they lead Mount Juliet 2-0 at the end of one. Ready to go for the second period. Noah Smart still in goal for Mount Juliet. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. This second period, Mount Juliet will carry the puck from my left to right. Franklin from my right to left. 11 seconds left in the 4-on-4 as the second period is about to begin. Again, the Mount Juliet penalty will expire first, and then they'll have a brief power play as Franklin win the draw. Aiden Murphy has it poked off his stick right at center. Puck in the Franklin zone. Penalty time against Mount Juliet is up. They're now on the power play for 22 seconds. Here's Brandon Mills. Right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Puck poked away by Anthony Giampaolo. Now Parker Triplett. Left wing side of the Franklin zone. Shot past the net to the right of Grayson Butters. Puck out on the far side. Aiden Murphy tried to clear. Held in by Bobby Camos, but given away. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength as Gavin Akers' shot is off the stick of, I think, Tyler Dubois into the netting above the glass. And that takes the first 36 seconds of the period off the clock. Draw's going to be to the right of Smart. Here comes Jacob Thomas from Mount Juliet, backhanding it into the Franklin zone to the left wing corner. Gavin Akers grabs it. He backhands it out. Colton Mavrett whiffs, trying to play it up the ice. That's back deep in the Mount Juliet zone. Ryan Woods with it, wanted to put it out in front, hit his own man. Now Woods standing behind his own net. Oh, has it taken away? And pass across to McLean Butters, who couldn't get a stick on it. It was Hudson Richards who took the puck away from Woods. Now Casper Thurston out on the right wing side. Thurston moving out towards the blue line. Taking a long-range shot, blocked in front. It either hit Vavret or Woods. And now Woods clears it out. Franklin get it back, though. Thurston passing across to Hudson Richards. Richards, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone, taking a shot that's gloved and held on to by Noah Smart. 12:24 to go. In the second, still 2-0 Franklin. Draw me to Smart's right. Draw one by Franklin. Quinn Spencer fires it around the wall. Puck coming around to the near side. Casper Thurston drops it down deep. Puck came out in front. Jordan Antar bumps into Carson Slocum, brings it out. Backhands it over to Trenton Gorell. Gorell left wing side of the Franklin zone. That double team forced to drop it down low. Here's Josh Yurievich picking it up. Clearing it out up the far side. And then Giampaolo from his own zone. Backhands it to center. And then Tyler Dubois has to re-enter the Mount Juliet zone with a puck. Now Giampaolo passing it ahead to Antar. Now it's back in the Franklin end. Quinn Spencer with it for the Admirals. He'll bring it to center. Spencer. Oh, makes his way into the Mount Juliet zone, but McLean Butters had gone over the blue line before he did. Offside. 11:30 to go in the second. Still 2-0 Franklin. Puck will be dropped on the bench, or on the dot in front of the Franklin bench. Won by the Admirals. They bring it into the Mount Juliet zone. Quinn Lowe's trying to put it in front, hit the skates of Anthony Giampaolo. Now Lowe's trying to put it in front again. Here's a backhander, stopped by Smart on Grant Hayes. Puck out at center, David Unger. Backhands it back into the Mount Juliet zone. Cleared out by the Bears. Now it's back in the Franklin end. Chase Wagers sending it up the far wall. Owen McGroarty tried to clear it, went off the stick of Bobby Camelson out. Into the Mount Juliet bench. 10:56 left in the second. Still 2-0 Franklin. Draw is going to be on. Nope, it's going to be, they're going to say that was, they're going to pin that on McGroarty and drop the puck to the right of Grayson Butters. Draw one by Mount Juliet, but trying to pass it back to the line was Jacob Thomas. It's intercepted by McGroarty. Quinn Loesch in the Mount Juliet zone, moving over to the right wing side, trying to backhand it in front. It's intercepted and cleared away from the net by Ryan Woods. Now the puck brought back into the Franklin zone, and getting knocked down on the right wing side was Ethan Smith, the Mount Juliet freshman, and he's drawn a penalty. Drawn an interference penalty. Quinn Loesch to the box. 10:34 to go in the second. Mount Juliet on the power play for the second time in the game, but this is their first full 2-minute power play. Earlier in the second period, they had a power play that lasted just 22 seconds because it came at the expiration of a penalty against them on a 4-on-4. Draw to the right of Butters. Grayson Butters, won by Mount Juliet. Puck passed down low, down the wall by Ryan Woods. It came to went past Carson Slocum. Franklin tried to clear. It came back to Woods, and he shot it over the net, closing in a bit down the left wing side. Puck over in the left wing corner. Carson Slocum drops it behind the net for Trenton Gorell. Gorell back to Slocum. Left circle shot. Stopped by Butters. Rebound cleared away from the net and out. Puck back in the Mount Juliet end. Here's Ryan Woods. Casper Thurston smacked it away from him for a second. Woods gets it back. I'm sorry, that's Aiden Murphy out there battling with Woods. Now stretch pass up the far side. Jordan Antar, left wing side of the Franklin zone, finding space. A backhander blocked in the right circle. Gets the puck back, passes up to the right point. Ryan Woods. Woods shot over the net. Puck out on the far side. Dubois. Tyler Dubois sending it around the kick plate to the near side. Minute left in the power play for the Bears. Jordan Antar. Backhands it out in front off of Slocum. I think it hit his skate and went past the net. And the Bears. Tyler Dubois standing behind his own net. Stretch pass up the far side. Bobby Camos off his stick back into the Franklin zone. Admirals immediately clear it out. Rylan Kripe with it, and then he has it taken away by McLean Butters. Puck back in the Mount Juliet end. Just under 30 seconds left of the power play for the Bears. Gavin Akers calling for the puck. It's down low, Rylan Kripe. Passes over to the far side. Dubois ahead to Camos at center, but off his stick and left behind. Franklin get it back. Here's Cale Lewis inside his own zone. Passing it over to Akers. Akers fires it back into the Mount Juliet zone to kill off the rest of the penalty, which is now up, and Franklin are back at even strength. So a good kill by the Admirals. Mount Juliet had a shot, a good shot early as Casper Thurston has a shot from in tight. That's blockered away by Smart. And the Bears are going to end up icing the puck. 8:18 to go in the second, still 2-0, Franklin. Draw's going to be to Smart's right. And Mount Juliet able to clear the puck down ice. Quinn Spencer will catch up to it inside his own zone. Spencer stops behind his own net. Passes ahead to Hudson Richards. Richards into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Richards trying to put it out in front for Thurston. That was knocked away by a stick. Here's McLean Butters trying to put it out in front. Went off his stick. Josh Urievich holds it in above the left circle. Shot blocked away by Smart. Puck cleared out on the far side by Mount Juliet. Here's Urievich. Firing it off the near side boards at center. And now Thurston taking a shot from inside the left circle of the Mount Juliet zone, blockered away by Smart. Now here's Anthony Giampaolo carrying the puck out to center. Giampaolo brings it into the Franklin zone. Had it smacked off his stick on a double back check. McLean Butters carries to center, passes over to Spencer. Quinn Spencer, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Got around the back checking for Brett, but the puck got away from him right when he was starting to move to the front of the goal. Carson Slocum to center. Slocum into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Pass across, nobody in a white sweater there. Hank Hayes backhands it to Butters. Butters with some space. Butters through center into the Mount Juliet zone. Holding, but it got knocked off his stick on the back check by Ryan Woods. Great back check by Woods there. Here's Hank Hayes, bottom of the right circle, sends it across the front of the net. Puck out at center. Chase Wagers sending it back into the Mount Juliet zone. Hank Hayes, right wing side, top of the right circle. Taking a shot, blocked by Woods. And it's cleared out. Sent back into the Mount Juliet zone by David Unger. And it comes to Hayes at the blue line. He tried to send it down towards the net for Vale. Now Juliet come up with it. No, Carson Slocum brings it out. He'll dump it into the Franklin zone. Wagers trying to pass it up the far side. And the puck cleared out by the Admirals. Here's Ryan Woods. Trying to stretch pass up the near side. Carson Slocum tried to backhand it into the Franklin zone. Went off of Unger, so Slocum gets back to it and dumps it deep behind the net. Rylan Kripe, left wing corner. Passing it up to the left point, Tyler Dubois. Dubois sends it, through the crease and just wide of the net to the left of Grayson Butters. Bobby Campos keeps the puck alive. Now it's over on the far wall. And here's Carson Slocum trying to put it in front. And Wagers couldn't clear it away from the net. Bobby Campos carried it behind the net, wanted to center for Rylan Kripe, but couldn't. Now the puck comes out to the blue line, held in by Dubois. He tried to move it down the right wing side. Franklin having all kinds of trouble trying to clear it out, and unable to find Campos going towards the front of the net was Slocum. Campos pass across to the right circle. Rylan Kripe trying to go to the slot. Has the puck taken away, but it's held into the blue line, and a shot from Ryan Woods off a stick into the netting above the glass. 4:21 left in the second, still 2-0 Franklin. Draws to the right of Butters. Grayson Butters. I got to keep saying Grayson. I don't want you thinking McLean put on the pads for senior night. Wouldn't do anything that crazy. Cale Lewis brings the puck into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Had the puck poked away. Owen McGroarty in the slot. His shot blocked. Puck comes out high. Gavin Akers, his shot stopped by Noah Smart. Rebound by McGroarty. I'm not sure if that hit Smart or not. Here's Lewis. Lewis out in the right circle. Shot, score! Cale Lewis, top of the right circle, sends it into the bottom corner on the right-hand side of the net. Cale Lewis is a senior night goal, and it's 3-0 Franklin with 3:50 to go in the second. Here comes Quinn Loesch, a shot over the net from the left circle. Franklin looking to get a fourth. But the Bears clear the puck out. Parker Triplett at center. Sends it into the Franklin zone. Puck is behind the net. And was passed. Josh Yurievich passed it out to the blue line for Loesch. Quinn Loesch, and it just went over the blue line. And Tyler Dubois brought it back in offside. Drawing the dot across from the Mount Juliet bench. Mount Juliet end up sending it into the Franklin zone off the draw. Gavin Akers with it. He'll stand behind his own net. Pass it up the far side off the stick of Brandon Mills into the Mount Juliet zone. Ryan Woods, who's back checking with it. Stretch pass to center and Carson Slocum, but off his stick into the Franklin zone, and Akers controls. Gavin Akers behind his own net. Stretch pass up the near side. Misses Mills, goes into the Mount Juliet zone. Cleared out by Ryan Woods, who's going to end up icing the puck. He tried to stretch pass it up the far side, but Carson Slocum was in the zone and couldn't touch it, so that went for an icing. 2:49 left in the second, 3-0 Franklin. Draw going to be to the right of Noah Smart. Draw one by Mount Juliet. Trenton Gorell almost lost the puck trying to carry it out of his own zone. Now here's Jordan Antar in the slot of the Franklin zone. A shot off the blocker of Grayson Butters and over the net. Jordan Antar at the end boards. Comes out to the right wing side of the Franklin zone. Past the slot off the stick of Trenton Gorell. And Colton Vivretta has it tapped away. And this could be a 2-on-1 for Franklin. Brandon Mills, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Holding, shooting, stopped by Smart. who's got it covered. .2:15 left in the second. Still 3-0 Franklin. Draw going to be to the right of Smart. And then Giampaolo going to carry it out. Giampaolo into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Puck got away from him. He got brought down from behind. I don't see an official's arm in the air. Puck out at center. Tyler Dubois with it. Had to wait for a couple of his teammates to get back outside, and then he gives it away to the Admirals. Hudson Richards chipping it up the near side. It's back inside the Mount Juliet zone, but offside. Casper Thurston went over the blue line before the puck did, and McLean Butters touched it. Draw be on the dot across from the Franklin bench. Here's Rylan Kripe, left wing side of the Franklin zone. A soft little shot that's stopped and held onto by Grayson Butters. 99 seconds left in the second. Still 3-0 Admirals. Draw be to Butters right. One by Mount Juliet. And given away to Franklin. Hudson Richards pushes it out to center, leading a 2-on-1. Richards right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Nice job by Anthony Giampaolo to back check and poke the puck away. McLean Butters comes out with it. Butters across to the left point. Gavin Akers fumbled a bit, kept it in the zone, sent it towards the net. And Smart had to go off his stick, passing it. Now we get a whistle. Richards and Giampaolo are still going at it. The much smaller, there's a big height difference between Richards and Giampaolo, and Richards is going to go to the box. And so is Giampaolo. They're both going to go off. Richards roughing, I guess roughing against both. So to remain 5-on-5. Draws to the left of Smart. One by Mount Juliet. Comes out to the blue line, and it's one-time pass the net from the right point by Cale Lewis. Puck on the slot, a shot from Hank Hayes, turned away by Smart. Final minute of the second now. Puck out at center. Gavin Akers with it. Drops it back to Cale Lewis. Hands it off to Akers. Akers back into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Akers shooting. It's blocked. Puck comes back to Hank Hayes. This shot stopped by a diving Smart at the left-hand post. Puck comes back out high. Lewis a shot. Stopped and covered up by Smart. 37.3 seconds left in the second. 3-0 Franklin. Draw's going to be to the left of Smart. Draw one by Mount Juliet. Try and clear, but Franklin keep it alive. It's behind the net. Grant Hayes comes out to the left wing side, passes up to the left point. Akers under 30 seconds. Oh, there's a penalty against Mount Juliet. Okay. Ryan Woods in the box. I'm not sure for what. So Franklin are on the power play. Puck out at center. I was wondering why it was taking so long between plays. And offside called against Franklin as Quinn Lowe steps into the zone before Grant Hayes brings the puck in. So Franklin in the power play up 3-0. 12 seconds left in the second. Draw be on the dot across from the Franklin bench. It's in the Mount Juliet zone, immediately cleared up by Carson Slocum. Quinn Spencer whiffing, trying to pass the puck up the near side, but that is it for the second. Franklin will have 83 seconds of power play time carrying over to the third period. Cale Lewis for Franklin to extend their lead to 3-0 over Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill after 2 periods. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. Noah Smart still in goal for Mount Juliet for this third and final period. Franklin will carry the puck from my left to right, Mount Juliet from my right to left. The Admirals beginning this third period with 1:23 of power play time carrying over. Mount Juliet win the draw to start the third. Jordan Antar out at center. Crosses the red line, dumps the puck into the Franklin zone. Puck backhanded up the far wall. Jordan Antar intercepts and then gets runs into Cale Lewis. There's a minute left in the power play now for the Admirals. Here's Gavin Akers. Passing over to Brandon Mills. Mills now brings it into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. Mills trying to go to the front of the net, gets off a shot. Stopped by Smart. I think it hit his mask, or at least hit him in the upper part of the chest. It's Cole Pointer passing across to the left point. Lewis. Now Gavin Akers. Cross corner dump in, although he was in front of the blue line. Dumping it over to the left wing corner, and now the puck cleared out by the Admirals. By the Bears. Puck back in the Franklin zone. Bobby Camos gets shouldered away from the puck by Cale Lewis. Now here's Lewis at center, passing over to Cole Pointer. Pointer right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Drops it back, Aiden Murphy. Penalty time against Mount Juliet is up. They're back at even strength. Here's Cale Lewis shooting the left circle. Missed the net to the right of Smart. They're trying to beg in the rebound. It comes out in front, comes back to the left circle. And Lewis tried to pass over to Pointer, but that's intercepted and cleared out by Jordan Antar. Puck out at center, Pointer. Backhands it back into the Mount Juliet zone. Aiden Murphy with it. Murphy carries it over to the left wing side. Bumps into Ryan Woods, who falls over. Woods back in his skates, takes the puck away from Murphy. Woods to center. Woods had it taken away, and they tried to clear it out. It was held into the blue line by Parker Triplett. Now carried out by Brandon Mills. Mills into the Mount Juliet zone. Had the puck poked away. And offside warning against Mount Juliet as the puck is back in the Franklin end. They get back on side as the Admirals bring it out. Here's Pointer into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing. Gets past the defender, Vivret, but he couldn't get the shot away. Now the puck put out in front. Oh, but Butters had to go off his stick. He was right in front of the net all alone. He has the puck now out near the blue line. Quinn Spencer with a shot in the right point, turned away by Smart. And an odd angle shot from the boards, gloved and held onto by Smart. I think it may have been Casper Thursson with that. 11:03 to go, 3-0 Franklin. Draws to the left of Smart. And Thurston puts it out in front, but Hudson Richards couldn't get a stick on it. Ryan Woods tried to clear the puck out, but it's knocked down by Richards. Hudson Richards shoots it past the net from the left circle to the left of, or shoots it past the net to the left of Smart from the left circle. And again, Mount Juliet can't get the puck out, and Richards keeps it alive. Richards backhands in the slot, Casper Thurston, shot, score! Casper Thurston from the slot fires it into the bottom corner on the left-hand side of the net. And it's 4-0 Franklin with 10:30 to go. Draw one by the Bears. Puck in the Franklin zone. Hudson Richards clears it out. Anthony Giampaolo sends it back into the Franklin end. Picked up by McLean Butters. Passes over to Quinn Spencer. Spencer stands behind his own net. Banks it off the near wall. Back into the Mount Juliet zone. Hudson Richards catches up to it. Carries it around the back of the net. Comes out to the left circle. Passes up top to the left point. Josh Yurievich's shot. Takes a deflection and goes past the net. And we get a whistle. Because did the Mount Juliet net get dislodged? Oh, Franklin did something to Franklin committed some type of violation. Oh, they called a high stick against Franklin. Okay. 9:44 to go. The Admirals are up 4-0. Draw to the right of Grayson Butters. Draw one by the Admirals. Here is Gavin Akers trying to find Quinn Loesch at center, but that's intercepted and dumped right back into the Franklin zone by Anthony Giampaolo. Now stretch pass up the near far side. Again intercepted by Giampaolo at center. Here's Grant Hayes. Oh, offside. Owen McGroarty fell over. He tried to keep one leg atop the blue line, but he fell over, and Hayes brought the puck in offside. Nothing from Tom Spachalski about the Station Camp Outlaws game. Draw is on the dot in front of the Mount Juliet bench. Even if the Outlaws lose tonight, they'd still have a shot at the 1 seed for the Hein Cup, but they face Rutherford on Wednesday, and I think Rutherford are the better team there. Parker Triplett. Oh, dropped the puck back, but it went out of the zone, and now here's Quinn Loesch into the Mount Juliet end wanting to shoot. He was backing up, and Trenton Gorell came in and took the puck away. Oh, and then a weird moment at center. Parker Triplett puts the puck into the skates of Jacob Turner and hit his stick and caused him to trip over it and fall. Now here's Gavin Akers racing into the Mount Juliet zone, and he scores. Gavin Akers right to the front of the net, fires it in. It's 5-0 Franklin. And I think that 3-game losing streak and 4-game winless streak is going to be snapped. 8:44 to go, 5-0 Admirals. Here's Jordan Antar shooting from an odd angle in the Franklin zone, stopped by Grayson Butters. Here's Colton Vivrette moving down the left wing, and the puck poked away by Hank Hayes. Hayes brings it to center. Hayes into the Mount Juliet zone. Got around a defender, but the puck got away from him for a moment. He has it back. Trying to center it, he fires it behind the net. Now here's Alex Broy, right circle a shot. Stopped and held on to by Noah Smart. Draws to the left of Smart. Won by Mount Juliet, but it came to the front of the net, and Houston Vale had a couple of backhanded shots blocked. Under 8 minutes to go, by the way, 5-0 Franklin. All of their goals have been scored by different scorers. The puck came out in front of the Mount Juliet net, and lucky for them, nobody in a black sweater was standing there because that was bad. Now back the other way comes Ryan Woods into the Franklin zone. Oh, but he lost his balance, and then Hank Hayes with a terrible clearing attempt was knocked down by Woods. Now Hayes gets it out on the second try. Now the puck back in the Mount Juliet zone. Cole Pointer chasing after it. And then Giampaolo gets knocked down by Aiden Murphy near the net, but Murphy couldn't get his stick on the puck. Puck kept alive by Pointer. Now Rylan Kripe takes it away. Bobby Camos out at center, had the puck kicked away from him. Now here's Aiden Murphy. Murphy. Ooh, almost another offside by Franklin, but he pulled away from the line this time and let Brandon Mills get back on side. They have committed way too many offsides tonight. Oh, and then a turnover. Brandon Mills, a shot stopped and covered up by Smart. Silly giveaway by Parker Triplett leads to a chance for Mills. But Noah Smart saves them there. 6:34 to go, still 5-0 Franklin. All of Franklin's goals have been scored by a different player. McLean Butters of the first, Houston Vale of the second. The third came from Cale Lewis. The fourth from Casper Thurston, and the fifth from Gavin Akers. Draw one by Franklin, and a shot from the left wing was stopped by Smart. It popped up in the air and actually landed in the crease, but it rolled out before anybody in a black sweater could jump on it and maybe make it 6-0. Here's a shot from the right wing boards, and I think Richards. No, it's Brandon Mills. Gloved and held on to by Smart. 6:11 left. Draw one by Mount Juliet. They clear. Josh Yurievich catches up to it inside his own zone. Now Hudson Richards. Now McLean Butters. Maneuvers around a defender. Gets off a shot. Stopped and covered up at the right-hand post by Smart. 5:55 to go. Still 5-0 Franklin. Draw's going to be to Smart's right. Puck behind the Mount Juliet net. Put out in front by Richards, and a shot from McLean Butters. Stopped by Noah Smart. Carter Spencer. Sorry, it's Reed Spencer falling over on the far side. Gets back to his skates and clears the puck. Carter is out there with him as Richards flips it through the air back towards the Mount Juliet net and had to be smacked away by Smart with a stick. And then Carson Slocum falls over awkwardly at the far boards. Then he gets up and takes a shot at Butters. And Slocum's yelling at Butters as Butters is being sent to the box. for tripping. 5:28 to go. Mount Juliet returned to the power play down 5-0. I'm going to drop the puck in the Franklin zone to the left of Grayson Butters. Throw in by Mount Juliet. Carson Slocum, right point. Falls over shooting and hit the skates of Casper Thurston. Comes to Bobby Campbell to try to put it in front for Gorell, but he was well covered, and Mount Juliet cleared. But Jordan Antar knocks it down right near the blue line, sends it back in, only for it to be cleared right back out by Akers. Here's Carson Slocum. Sending it back into the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer putting it behind the net. Over to the near side. Akers ahead for Hudson Richards, who lets it go off his stick and out. Parker Triplett inside his own zone. Got to be careful with it because Richards has made some things happen in this third period. Now Casper Thurston with a backhander as he went to the front of the net. Was turned away by Smart. It either was turned away by Smart or it went over the net. Puck held in and a shot in the left point steered away by Smart. That was Quinn Spencer. Puck behind the net, Slocum. Putting it in the right wing corner. Here's Trenton Gorell, minute left in the power play. Ahead to Bobby Campbell. Campbell had to go off his stick, drift into the Franklin zone, and the Admirals were able to clear. Richards sending it on goal from the red line. Stopped by Smart, and now here's Carson Slocum. Slocum flipping it into the Franklin zone. Quinn Spencer clears it out. Trenton Gorell in a foot race with Owen McGordy, who pushes him against the boards, puts it out in front, grenades, a shot. Oh, what a save by Smart. Tremendous save by Smart because Hayes was all alone in front. Here's Gavin Akers out high, slap shot, gloved and held on to by Smart. 24 seconds left in the power play, 3:51 to go in the game. It is still 5-0 Franklin. Draw to the left of Smart. Puck out on the far boards. And Rylan Kripe has it at center. Kripe into the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Actually had the puck get away from him. Had to catch back up to it. Past the slot for Alex Allsaker. His shot blocked, and then it comes right back to him. He tries to send it to the front of the net, and it comes to the front of the net where it is covered up by Butters. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. 3:25 left. They're up 5-0. Well, as long as draw to the left of Butters. Won by Franklin. Quinn low shot at center. Can he get past Anthony Giampaolo? Yes, he can. Moves it. A goal. A backhander missed. Right at the front of the net. Puck brought back into the Franklin zone, and Alex Allsaker was fumbling the puck and then got knocked down. Puck out at center for Owen McGrorty. Now Quinn Loesch, right wing side of the Mount Juliet end. Trying to get it over to the far side. Anthony Giampaolo tried to clear. It's held in. Houston Vale. Now it's in the left wing corner. Loesch will catch up to it. Backhanded out in front. Intercepted by Giampaolo trying to clear, but didn't hit it off the boards hard enough. Sent back into the right wing corner by Houston Vale. Puck out at center. Vale sends it back into the Mount Juliet zone towards the net. Smart. It wasn't on goal. Smart steered it away. Now here's Hank Hayes. Now Chase Wagers. Now Alex Broy, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Now stretch pass to center, and Andrew Huffing went off his stick. Franklin clearing the zone. Here's Houston Vale. Had the puck poked away by Sam Long. Now it's back in the Mount Juliet end. Behind the net, Noah Smart. Carson Slocum sending it around the wall to the far side. Runs Gavin Akers into the boards. Alex Broyd passes the slot for Hank Hayes, but that was knocked away by Colton Vavret. And a shot from Akers went over the net from the left circle. Here's Hayes. Taking a shot from the right circle. Bottom of the right circle, turned away by Smart. Carson Slocum out at center. Lost the puck. Jordan Antar backhands it back into the Franklin zone. Cole Pointer drops it back to Gavin Akers. Akers. Stretch pass ahead to Brandon Mills, but it missed his stick. Final minute of the game. It's back in the Mount Juliet zone anyway. And Colton Vavret ends up sending it into his own bench. 49.1 seconds to go. 5-0. Franklin lead. Well, unless we have a big delay, this game is going to end in a decent enough manner where it won't push the start of the Hendersonville-Indy game back too far because they're both doing their senior nights, but there's only a total of 7 seniors to honor, 2 for Indy and 5 for Hendersonville. Puck is in the Mount Juliet zone. Trying to clear, held in at the left point by Josh Yurievich. Passes down the wall to Brandon Mills. Mills trying to pass across. Cole Pointer wants to center it or shoot it. His shot stopped, and it's in. It went off of Smart and in, and they're congratulating Cole Pointer on a senior night goal. And it is 6-0 Franklin with 20 seconds left. So Pointer with a shot, I guess it pinballed between the legs of Smart and went in. $20 seconds to go. Here's Hudson Richards, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Puts a puck out in front off of Smart. Oh! And then it's flipped through the air, and Quinn Loesch ran into the net. Smart down, and they're going to let the clock. Yeah, they let the clock run down to 0, and that's it. Franklin snapped their 3-game losing streak and their 4-game winless streak. And now they force Montgomery Bell to at least tie with Father Ryan next Monday to win the GNASH Cup. It is out of Franklin's hands. Their season is over. They finished the second half of the regular season 3-1. They finished 9-3-2 in the GNASH Cup race. Mount Juliet are now 2-3-1. Yeah, 2-3-1. They have one more game next week against Pope. They're now 4-7-2 in the GNASH Cup race. So Franklin get a regular season sweep of Mount Juliet. Beat them 6-0 in both games. So Franklin stopped the skid, but it is quite clear that they were Mount Juliet's superior tonight. They still need to do better against teams that match their depth. So 6 different players scored for Franklin tonight. The winning goal scored by McLean Butters. The second goal was scored by Houston Vale. The third by Cale Lewis. the 4th by Casper Thurison, the 5th by Gavin Akers, and the 6th by Cole Pointer. So player of the game is going to be split between the 4 seniors who scored: McLean Butters, Cale Lewis, Gavin Akers, and Cole Pointer. They are all player of the game tonight as Franklin beat Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill 6-0. Tom Spachalski never did get back to me about the Station Camp Outlaws game. So with these first 2 games in the books tonight, let's check the standings. Tier 1, Summit Page leading at 5-1. They've already clinched the 1 seed for the Predators Cup. Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb second at 3-2-1. If they beat Summit tonight, they will be the 2 seed for the Predators Cup. Father Ryan and Pope Prep MOK GCA both at 3-3. Correction, Franklin 3-3-1. They're now tied with Ensworth on points, but they lost to Ensworth, so Ensworth go ahead of them. Yeah, let's do this again. Summit Page leading Tier 1 at 5-1. Again, they've already clinched the 1 seed for the Predators Cup. Ensworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb at 3-2-1. Franklin finishing the second half of the regular season 3-3-1. Montgomery Bell are now 2-1-3 with 7 points, putting them ahead of Father Ryan and Pope Prep MOK GCA, who are both at 3-3. Mount Juliet now 2-3-1, and Ravenwood finished the second half of the regular season at 1-6. On to Tier 2. Rutherford Rampage leading there at 4-1. Centennial at 4-2. Brentwood 3-1-1. Tennessee Outlaws 3-1. USNBA Nashville Christian FRA Good Pasture 3-3. Station Camp Liberty Creek 2-4. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin 1-3-1. Independence Ravenwood 2 at 0-5. Still to come tonight. We do not have a score yet for Station Camp against the Outlaws. That game should be getting close to getting done. Game that should be getting close to its end over on Rink A at Centennial. Summit Page taking on Ensworth. Again, if Ensworth win that game, they'll be the 2 seed for the Predators Cup. Coming up in just a few minutes here on the Chris Brink and Bellevue, Hendersonville Beach Gallatin taking on Independence Ravenwood 2. Senior night for both teams. If Hendersonville win or tie, that means Independence will be the 8th seed for the Hein Cup. I can't see any other result happening. 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial. Rutherford Rampage taking on Brentwood. It is senior night for the Bruins. Wednesday night, just 1 game in Antioch on the North Rink at 7:30. The Outlaws taking on the Rampage. Final game of the regular season for the Rampage. It's senior night for them. Of course, that was one of the 4 games that was supposed to have taken place on January 17th but got postponed because of the winter storm. And then next Monday, the final night of play in the 2023-2024 GNASH regular season. 5 games. It all gets started here on the Chris Brink and Bellevue. 5:15. Brentwood taking on the Outlaws. Senior night for the Outlaws. 6:45 here on the Chris Brink and Bellevue. Hendersonville Beach Gallatin taking on USN. USN finally playing their final game of the regular season. Again, they have not played since December 6th when they beat Rutherford 4-1. It'll be senior night for them, obviously. 7 o'clock on Rink B at Centennial. Indy taking on Centennial. Again, that was one of the 4 games that had to be postponed because of the winter storm. 7:40 on Rink A at Centennial. NBA taking on Father Ryan. It'll be senior night for the Irish. That will be our game next Monday. As NBA, they need just a tie to win the GNASH Cup. 7:35 pregame, 7:40 face-off, 7:40-ish. And then at 8:25 here on here on the Chris Brink in Bellevue, the final game of the 2023-2004 GNASH regular season. Pope Prep MLK GCA taking on Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill. And then the playoffs begin on Wednesday, next Wednesday, February 7th. And I'm still not sure what the schedule looks like. I'm sure we'll get one as the week goes on. So I'm not doing that game on Wednesday because my sister's birthday is on Wednesday. So that is it for us this week. And that is it for our coverage of GNASH hockey this week. We're back next Monday night for the final night of the 2023-2024 GNASH regular season. 7:35 pregame, 7:40-ish face-off between Montgomery Bell and Father Ryan. All NBA need is a tie, and the GNASH Cup will be theirs by a point. Our final scores tonight: Montgomery Bell 6, Ravenwood 1. Just now, Franklin 6, Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill nothing. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a great rest of your week and weekend, and we'll talk to you next Monday night from Centennial. Good night, everybody.